Hey guys, what's up, welcome back to Now Show. We are into it again, and as we always know, this is our host Clovins Now Show at Romy TV Africa, and again we are going to revisit the second episode, or we can say the second chapter which we were having on last time.
Yeah.
I'm again in studio today with my guest and my last guest the other week, Dr. Ambassador Nyambo. Thank you for making time today and coming in. Say hi to our viewers.
Thank you for welcoming me to Now Show. Hi guys, I hope you're good. Your weekend is super fine. We're here again today to talk about what is giving everyone hectic moments.
Sure.
Yeah.
So today we are back, picking it right from where we left guys last time. I know there are new people joining us for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
There are most people who are maintaining where we were last time, and you all know where we left. But if you are joining us for the first time, take one moment, subscribe to Romy TV Africa, dial the bell down there so that whenever we go live, you'll always get all these videos.
Yeah.
Now show is we always come to your screens every Saturday from 2:30 p.m. So always keep intact and don't miss any part of this show. It's a good moment for us all. It's a good moment for you, it's adult, anyone. This show is generally for anyone, and mostly we talk on mental health.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Today we are going to continue from where we left last time.
Yeah.
I think it was last time we checked on bit parts of what caused mental health and how it's related to the society and the effects. So today we are going to look on stress as a part, or as a one thing in mental health, because it's mostly a concern, something that really generates a lot of huge capacity, or it affects a good number.
Yeah.
So I know many people, most of our viewers here, they have gone through stress or whatever. So today guys, we're going to look on stress. What is stress? How is the stress related? How does stress come up? How is it related to our daily lives? So today guys, we are going to look on stress, and keep tuned until the end.
Yeah.
So Daktari.
Yes.
Yes, so what is stress for someone maybe getting this for the first time? What can you tell someone who doesn't know?
Okay.
Though there's someone who may go through stress, but he or she can't tell what is stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you understand by the word stress?
Stress.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give a definition according to psychology.
Yeah.
And stress, according to psychology, is an emotional or physical tension.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Emotional or physical tension.
Tension, yeah.
I'm sure there's someone who's wondering what stress. But I think if someone has gone to school, these things we've been handling in school.
In school.
Mostly in CRE,
Yeah.
those who are doing, but there's a level in school where you get to go on the subject.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we've all gone through stress.
Yeah, we've all gone through that.
So in our current living century, or we are in the 20th. We are getting to the 21st century.
We are in the 21st
century.
We're getting
We are
to
into
the
the
22nd century. Yeah.
So currently, the last time we were talking about depression, we really insisted on depression.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between stress and depression?
Because
the last time we looked at depression, we want it mostly, and today we are talking about stress. So what's the difference between the two?
Well, I want whoever is watching us to get this clearly, that stress is the initial stage that leads to depression. So stress is the emotional or physical tension, whereas depression now is the last stage of stress.
So we ought to have started from stress, going to depression. But we are just
there are stages, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you are still right.
Tutafika.
Yeah. So before because last time we were looking at the effects, how they affect the society,
and all that. Yeah.
That means before this person gets to depression, he or she was in stress.
Yeah. It has to start somewhere. Yeah.
So what normally causes stress? As per your understanding, in most cases you've handled.
We have, in psychology, we have two ways. That is the emotional causes and cognitive causes. The emotional causes is the change of feeling and all that.
Sure.
The cognitive issue or part of it is when you are undergoing some stress that is overwhelming, or rather still something that is you worrying about. So there is a difference between emotional state and cognitive state. So the emotional state is where you feel, this is now where your feelings are lowered, your self-esteem is lowered and everything. But when we get to cognitive, this is now where worry starts and all other states. Yeah.
So what apart from that, you've said there are two main types.
Two main types.
Yeah. So which of the two do you think really affects the society today?
Emotional.
Emotional.
Because this is where you express your feelings, your emotions, you discharge your feelings. You go into a state of sadness and all that.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
In a state whereby I had an expectation of something, or you are really expecting something, then it doesn't go as per your expectation. You know, this at a point it will affect you. So where will you categorize this? Because at a point you get to think over it.
Okay.
Where will you categorize it between the two?
That's on the cognitive stress.
Cognitive stress.
But yeah, you just worried about something. You really wanted something, and you get into a state like, is it gonna happen?
But I say there's a part of emotion coming in.
Yeah.
Because it will affect your emotions.
Your emotions.
You'll be like, you feel bad from inside. The feeling.
Yeah.
The feeling, I think that's what we're referring to as the emotion.
To our emotions, yeah. Now, when it comes to you worrying, it's now cognitive in psychology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, this is Romy TV Africa. Today we are talking about stress, and I'm your host, Clovis, as always. So if you're joining Romy TV for the first time, kindly take a minute, subscribe. And if you have anything about stress, if you want to ask a question about stress, if you've ever been into stress, there's a number that should be going down below there. Just tell us what you think about it. Send us to if you're watching live in YouTube, send us what you think. If you're watching live in Facebook, tell us what you think. And there's a number down there, you can send us what you think in WhatsApp.
SMS,
So to those who have joined us, I can see Anita Keribu. Thank you very much, Anita, for joining.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining. You can as well share with us an experience you've gone through in stress. If maybe in stress, I'm pretty sure most of
our people are into stress.
Exactly.
And by the way, kuna wale hawajioni wakiget into stress. But if you see that your emotions zimeanza kubadilika, unaona like utaki kukua in touch na watu and all that, just know unapitia stress. If you just want to do some social isolation, then that means you're going through something that is much bothering you. And maybe you don't know what is the problem.
There are some types of stress that we can't really get out of them. For example, losing someone you really love. I'm pretty sure there are two types of losing. You can either lose someone, they get out of your life, or you can lose someone because they are dead. So the first one I'm referring to is losing someone by death.
By death.
There's a situation where you'll be really stressed, and after stress, you say you get to depression. So where do you categorize this?
When you lose someone, and when you get into that emotional state of losing a loved one, that stress is now under emotional stress. And how about? And that's why you see people cry. They discharge their emotions.
How about losing someone in form of maybe you love someone?
You love someone.
They break your heart. Is it still?
That is still feelings and all that. The only thing that I can say about cognitive on the same, if you lose someone that you love, and again, after losing someone that you love, you just worry about the next course.
Sure.
Now it has gotten out of you, like now it has happened. Ile tunasema ishakuwa. Yeah. Sasa kama ishakuwa, and this person umemtoa kwa roho, now the next thing is worrying, oh, am I going to get a girlfriend? Sure. Am I going to live like this, single forever, and all that? That's now on the cognitive side. Yeah.
So I think stress has been a real thing to us.
Yeah.
And there are several signs. If you are getting maybe to signs of stress, or getting to know, or maybe identifying what's this guy going through, is it stress or what? So let's talk about these several signs. Maybe you just sit in on an this guy, this Clovins is stressed. Or there must be something going on.
There is something bothering this person.
What are the types or signs of stress that you can talk about that will mostly affect people?
The first thing now that we say it's an emotional or physical thing, we start from the emotions, the signs related to emotions. The first thing, someone who used to maybe talk to people can now be seen silent. Yeah. The silence that we see is, now you'll be wondering like, oh, Clovins used to talk. Clovins could come with piga story and all that. What has happened? That means Clovins is going through something. And again, you can pump into someone. Unapata mtu analia. Analia tu akiwa peke yake. Those are the signs. Yani unapata wewe kama mtu una-identify this is someone going through it. But again, I'll get back to mtu akiwa nayo, yeye anafaa kujua aje. The first thing, anataka kuwa peke yake. Unataka tu ukae peke yako. You don't want to associate with anybody. You don't want to get out. You don't want to reach anybody. You don't want to get involved with any activity. Unataka tu ukae peke yako. You need your own personal time. There is nothing like personal time. And again, if you sleep a lot. By the way, kuna wale watu wanasema oh nini and all that. Yani mtu akiwa na stress anataka tu apumzike, relax alone, alale, asikutane na watu and all that. That's the first thing that you'll always learn. Wewe mwenyewe uko na stress.
Guys, there's a number running down below your screens there. So if you have anything regarding stress, if you've ever been into stress, tell us in WhatsApp if you can access WhatsApp. That is, if you're watching us live from YouTube, tell us what you think. Tell us a situation whereby what happened. What did you go through in your life that really affected your life or that really stressed you out? Or apart from that, you can share as well your life story, the stress part of it. We are here to listen to you. Share your thoughts in Facebook, Romy TV Africa, YouTube, Romy TV Africa, and in the number down there, WhatsApp. So you're saying someone, you just get someone crying out, this is a sign of stress.
A person going through something. Someone just isolated in a room. And initially wasn't used to be in that situation. Someone just silent from nowhere and used to be talking and all that. So do you think if it's not stress, there cannot be other cause of all these you're saying? They are related to stress. Basically, when someone is going through something, it starts from the mind. It's a mental thing. It's created mentally. So now this person, if it's going in internally and mentally, this person loses concentration. So if this person loses concentration, then you will realize, oh, this someone who is running in a lot of thoughts and all that.
I want to take this scenario to back to the street kids. The other time we were in Kayole, I'll still talk about Kayole because it was one of the activities that really we saw impact, was making some impact to the society on the street kids. These are people that we normally take them as bad people, but in the real sense, I'm pretty sure they are not bad people. We just judge because of the situation where they are in and how maybe they dress. Because humans are based to judge people according to how we look and all that, which is not really a great thing on our side. These kids, you will always see them smile. You'll always see them same way that day, how they are, how they move. You'll rarely
the
see
funny
them.
things they do
Exactly.
and all that. Yeah.
You'll rarely see them maybe stressed. You can't tell maybe. Do you think they go through stress? Do you think they all go through all these we're talking about?
I want to tell you one thing, Clovins. Someone can undergo stress and come into a point of acceptance.
Sure.
This is now something, this is a situation I have to go through,
Exactly.
no matter what.
Exactly.
So mtu akifika kwa hiyo stage ya acceptance, and huwezi jua, huwezi ona emotions or anything.
Yeah, sure.
Sasa ashakubali. Though kuna wale bado wanaonyeshana their emotions. Unapata kind of walikuwa wanalala somewhere and maybe amekuwa displaced.
Yeah.
And I always see a few of them because
Stouts,
I always talk to most of them. I engage them. Like in Kisii town, some of them even can give me bread. Now imagine nakula na sijui kama wametoa kwa mapipa or anywhere, but I do take because these are people that we dearly talk to. I am much into them. I associate with them. Again, if you sit down with them now that they've come into the acceptance stage, if you sit down with someone, he or she can be able to tell you what he or she is going through. Yeah.
So I think we as a society should just keep on these campaigns of getting to reach out to people.
Yeah, we should.
I'm pretty sure if you reach out to them, you'll be able to tell as well what they're going through. The point of asking about the street kids is telling if a symptom from them, if they're going through something, if you don't have a talk with them,
if you don't, it won't be. And then unaona wengine sasa wamefika mahali like, how daddy nisaidie na 10, nisaidie na food, I don't have this and all that. Yani wakifika hapo, if you just stand umwambie okay, I have the money you're asking for, na nitakupatia, but I do want us to have a small conversation. Like I do want to know maybe something small from your end, what you're going through, how you ended up in the streets and all that. Atakuwa very very genuine akwambia. Though kuna wale watukutu sana. I ever took one from the street. Na akani disappoint. Na mfikisha tu hivi kwa nyumba, tunakaa kwa boma vizuri, we eat well, we do everything, anadress vizuri, anaoga daily. But in the next 1 week, ametoroka hayuko, back to the street.
I think, are they used to the street life?
Most of them ni wamefika at a point of losing hope in life. They don't see hope, they don't see anything. Hakuna kitu wanaona ya maana ama ya muhimu kwa maisha yao. Wamefika that stage like, I should be where I belong. Ni kama wewe ukiwa na marafiki, you always go to a big hotel that is maybe Serena Hotel and all that. That's where you do. Ukiambiwa usiende huko and then you used to go there every week, twice or thrice, utapata kuna kitu bado una miss. So you do wish to get back.
Guys, this is Robbie TV Africa. We are coming live on our screens with the host Clovins and my guest today. We are here last time still talking on mental health.
Yeah.
We are still in this great conversation and we are here waiting to hear from you. What is that is interfering in their life, giving you stress all over? I know people have stress, but share with us in the comment section, both Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are watching us from. Tell us what you think about this. So there's a guy who told me some time back. The point you feel you don't want to do anything. The point you feel lazy. The point you feel just to relax. You have a lot to do, but you don't feel to do anything. I was told this as well is a sign of stress. That it's really taken as being tired, kind of nature. But the laziness is in it, and it comes from a stressful nature. Is this true?
Yes, it's very very true. In cognitive stress, that's according to psychology. In cognitive stress, that's where you feel overwhelmed by things. You'd want to kukaa tu, like, okay, I cannot do this. If I do this, what will happen and all that. Sasa unafika to a stage that you'd want to be there, just there.
So does this mean most of youth they are stressed? Because most of them, if you follow up keenly, you call someone, they tell you, no, I'm tired,
I'm just in the house, I'm sleeping, I'm watching a movie. Yeah.
All that excuses. Does this mean all these people they're stressed?
But yes, I can say the most affected age group ni wana youth. Yeah. And youth are going through a lot.
Yeah, sure.
So ikifika hapo at some point mimi nikiona mtu like amekuwa lazy, hataki kutoka and all that, hataki kufanya, the first thing I'll get back to is this person doing isolation? Is this person really in need of time, like hataki kufanya chochote, anataka tu akae peke yake? That's now on the emotional thing. And when we look at what is happening across the globe, because we've managed to talk about about 300 or 400 people globally about the same stress and what they're going through. Youths have a problem, and a big one. Most of them are troubled because of relationships. Number one. Number two, job. Yeah. Hizo ndo vitu zina stress wana youth.
Job is the main thing.
No. Relationship number one, number two, job.
So how can you get into a relationship?
This is now a state. Yes, you can get into a relationship without a job, without money still. But again, saizi unajua watu wamekuwa gold diggers and ladies, even men nowadays, I'm told wako gold diggers.
Yeah, may I support men being gold diggers? Because you can't get into a situation whereby there are just too much people that really need from you, but
they don't give back.
They doesn't care, leave alone giving back. They doesn't care about you. All they care about is you giving them. So how about you get a scenario whereby you get one person who is able to at least notify you and tell you, oh, do have this. You are a man. You can as well have a shoe. You can as well go do your hair.
By the way, see, I always ask myself, ni mwanamke utapata mgani anaweza enda pale nje akakuambia, oh, clothings today, I think I should take you to a kinyozi.
Exactly.
But you see, women but again, I'm not saying that women are not bad. Kuna wale bado wanachukua watu wao kwa kinyozi.
So that's the situation they take men as gold diggers. But men are not really into gold diggers. They just get one person who may be able to do them what no one has done them before, and they stick there. It's not a issue of being a gold digger.
Well, now getting back to why I was telling you about relationships being number one. At this age, this is a sexually attractive age.
Yeah.
And people now at the age of 18 to 30, hapo sasa wako sexually active, and these people could want to be with partners. Actually, kuna mtu alikuwa ananitafuta ananiambia, hey, bana mimi niko na stress kubwa sana. And I was like, what's the problem? Like, no, I don't have a girlfriend, and every other week natakanga tu nikae na mwanamke. You see, and equally, even ladies can tell you, mimi nataka tu mwanaume. The only thing that I need is a man. Na unajua siku hizi wamefika to an extent wanasema, oh, even anything in a trouser that has beards can be a man, can be a husband. Yes. So wamefika to an extent now, if someone amekosana na mtu wake, or someone go through something, the same thing that we were talking about, like mwanaume ana provide. Kuna ile time mwanamke atakwambia, oh, I need something, and then you'll be like, oh, and I don't have cash, na anakwambia nitakuacha, so you start thinking and all that. So relationships is the first thing affecting a youth,
because they are not sure if you don't have it will.
Yeah. And again, kuna wale wako na multiple partners. Do you think is something easy? No, bado inawa stress bro. Hiyo kwanza ndo the main thing that is stressing men or ladies, because utakuwa kwa huyu anakupigia simu, hey daddy nataka kukuona, and the other one na wewe uko kwa mwingine unajua, haya mwingine anakuambia nywele, mwingine anakuambia all this, au mwingine ulinipatia mimba, mwingine and all that. So that's what,
so everyone with their problems and all over.
Yeah, on this actively sexually active stage.
Sure.
Hapo sasa ndio unapata watu wako na a lot of issues, stress yao inaanzanga na relationship.
Exactly.
Then job now. Hapo sasa ndo akiitishwa kitu ndo anafikiria na ningekuwa na kazi ningekuwa nimepata all this, ningekuwa na sort out the bills, ningekuwa na drive hivi kidogo hivi nichukue mrembo wangu. Na kwanza unanyang'anywa mrembo juu hauna gari, hauna pesa and all that, and that's the cause of multiple partners, I think.
Guys, we are going to take a short break. We'll be right back. If you are joining for the first time, just make sure you subscribe to Shroom TV Africa. There's a bell down there. Click it as well so that you will not be able to miss anything going throughout the week and throughout the weekend programs. We are coming back shortly. Well, we are back, guys. To the last segment of the show. Today we are only talking about stress. If you're joining us, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. And support us, guys. We are moving to the road to 2K subscribers. Through your support, we're heading there. So, back to stress. We're just to look at the stages or how to tell someone has a stress. But on the same, guys, we are joined again in studio by a new guest who's joining us on the same. We want to hear from him as well. He will introduce himself before we continue, and he'll tell us himself. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Yes, karibu sana.
My name is Job Omuti, and I'm happy to be here in this show.
Thank you very much, Job. So guys, we are going to, Job is going to share with us maybe a little bit on what he understands with stress, or if maybe Job has been into stress, or maybe you're understanding stress, or maybe you manage stress. Because the next thing you are going to handle right now is how to manage stress. So maybe you tell us, what do you understand by stress? Have you been into stress? And how did you manage to go through the situation? Yeah.
All right. According to what I know about stress is that actually everyone has stress at some point.
Yeah.
But there's what we call being hooked up to that kind of stress that you encounter. Mostly, some stresses are not bad. Some stress can
be positive.
Be positive. Some can make you maybe reach your deadlines in time. But some, when you get hooked up to them so much, they hinder you from doing anything. Like I heard you talking about some people become passive. Just live. Some even eat a lot.
Sure.
So some become violent, and some even isolate themselves from other people in the community.
Sure.
To some level, if I may say, there's a one time in my life I encountered some stress at work actually. We have in community we must have some conflicts, whether you like it or not.
Sure.
Some people like you, some don't, or some even envy you on what you do.
You're right.
So they look for ways of bringing you down. When they try doing something that is so negative to your side, you become stressed and you even ask yourself, what might be going on wrong
to me, or maybe
because you're puzzled. It's kind of, you don't have answers to whatever situation that you're in.
Yeah, sure.
So mostly what I used to do is, actually you cannot avoid thinking too much, but at least you can control that. You can be busy doing something that is constructive, or you can decide to get into a conversation with someone that is either your friend or something, or you meet new people, so that you can you can put your concentration into that activity at that time. You forget whatever that was giving you that stress. As you said, it's tension. Actually, it's tension. I think that's it.
Thank you very much. So, have you ever from what you just shared? Actually, they are all this. You first started with the stages that you are just looking on. And unfortunately, the stress he was going through was from his working place. Which absolutely you can be in that situation if your working place, a place you get to be daily. You wake up in the morning to get there, and you get such frustrations. It won't be a easy environment and a suitable environment for one to be. With even the colleagues, because I think same thing has happened to me. There's a point same thing happened to me, but you get to be asking yourself a lot of questions. Why is this happening? Am I the problem? Or what? I think that situation, if anyone else has been into it, it's a very bad scenario. So guys, you as well tell us what you've gone through.
You're going through.
Tell us in the comment section, either YouTube or Facebook, or in the number posting down below your screens. Tell us what's up, what have you been into through,
Yeah.
how have you get into stress in your life, what affected you, and how did you manage to get over it. So, bro, how did you manage to get over
out of that stress?
Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know what to say on that issue, because to some point I see myself like a winner.
Yeah. A champion.
Yeah, because
Yes.
wherever I encounter any stress,
Yeah.
I normally say that this is part of life.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can concentrate on is to look for a solution that is viable for me to use, so that I can overcome this or alleviate the problem that I have.
Yeah.
If I'm not in that capability of doing so, I think I just let it go.
You let it slide.
Because some other situations are
Yeah.
hard to solve. Some are just there to live on. Because let me just ask you, if your son dies, God forbid, but if your son dies, it's so painful. And that is,
Very, very
it
painful.
will give you a lot of stress. But
Yeah.
will you live on being stressed that how did he die and why did he die?
Eventually you'll get out of that.
Yeah, eventually you
You
must
have
get
to
out of
At
that.
the end of the day, you need to accept and
You
get out of
bury
that
and
stress.
you forget
Yeah,
about
at,
the situation.
at some point I became an HTS counselor. I used to find clients who
Wow.
were positive.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about accepting the situation.
Yeah.
Denial status always become a big problem.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's only the faster you accept, the better.
The better, yeah. Because if you keep on denying the problem, the same
It will keep on
problem
existing.
will, yeah. And
So-
again, you won't be taking measures of what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's all about psychology.
Psychology.
It's psychological. Actually, it's like you try to deny the real sense that this is what happened. This is the real situation at hand. It's like if you're left, if your wife leaves you, you start asking yourself, huyu mwanamke mwenye alikuwa ananipenda hivi ya
Mbona akaniacha?
mbona akaniacha?
Na vile mimi nilikuwa nampenda hivi.
Maybe your time just expired.
Yeah.
So that's
Or you get into your house and then you had a girl talking about youth getting into relationship.
Yeah, sure.
yeah.
And these ladies nowadays, they're I don't know, they're just material ladies. You get into the house and then it's so illogical when you tell her that you don't have anything in your pocket.
Yeah.
It's like, are you a real man? How come you don't have?
How come you don't have money? And
So they tend to assume that those situations are there. Actually, what I can advise these young boys is that mind of a lady is complicated. Actually, women were they were hard to control since Eden.
yeah.
So when a lady encounters you with such encounters, let me just call them encounters. It's one way of testing your asset level. Where is it? Or is he always lying to me that he has money or he doesn't have?
No, he doesn't have.
And why can't you ask yourself, what do they ask for that money when you don't have it?
Yeah.
Because why can't she just wait for you when you have a lot of money?
Yeah.
She asks for that money.
Yeah.
So it's just a situation that whereby if you put that lady to a level that she knows that every day I must eat some 2 eggs, sausage and some loaves of bread. If one day that thing is not there and you've not even explained how life goes or how you get your money, obviously she's going to give you stress. So, and if you're going to take that stress the way it is, then you've been hooked up. Then it becomes bad.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But again, I'd want to add on your point. Squeezy, if a man you want to survive and you want to get over a good way that you handle your relationships, just because someone is stressing you. Mbona mtu akuombe kitu hana?
Yeah, actually.
Let it be two way.
If she cannot get that
if
money,
she cannot get money,
she,
then why should you ask
for
me for money? If you don't have money, why should you ask me for money?
Actually, there's a time, I remember
like tinataka mwanaume mwenye ako na gari. If you don't have a car, why do you want money?
I had a girlfriend who used to ask for money.
Yeah.
There's a day I asked her, why can't you give me that 1,000 that you need?
Yeah.
Because me, I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Do you always get that 1,000? Because I've never asked for
They
money
don't.
from you.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, you know, men are supposed to provide for.
That's
where was that written? Here, where was it?
Yeah.
Okay, you are supposed to be my helper. So if we have a problem, we're supposed to be in it together.
Yeah.
We solve that problem together.
Sure.
So, at any point, if this lady becomes so adamant and she's just like, you must help me.
Yeah.
Can you just shut your eyes? You don't see her. Close your ears, but don't shut your brain.
You're right.
Guys, as you are moving to the last section, segment of the show, actually, I can see we have Nancy. Nancy has joined, and actually, I see your people are in the house.
My people are coming in.
Maybe these are your clients, or maybe your students, or
sure.
I don't know, but you know them. So those have not shared if they've gone through stress or maybe such kind of thing.
Yeah.
But as you're coming to the last part of this show, I know there are people who've gone through stress.
Yeah.
So what can you tell someone how to manage stress, or how can you tell someone who is going through a point in a stressful way? You know, we just said that stress is the first point.
Yeah.
And maybe the next week we look on the next stage, or we'll
once it leads to depression.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So how can someone manage stress, or how can you advise someone watching us and has been through stress? Yeah.
Well, before I go to stress management, I'd wish that someone knows first what is happening, if it's a positive stress or a negative stress.
Exactly.
And guys, we have two types of stress, that is eustress and distress. On the two types of stress, you need to understand which one is affecting you positively and which one is affecting you positively and which one is affecting you negatively. Once you understand the one that is affecting you positively, you'll be able to cope with it in a very different way.
Sure.
If you understand that this type of stress is giving me hell and is affecting me negatively, you'll be able to understand that this is how I should cope with it. Exactly. So guys, there are two types of stress, that is distress and eustress. On the eustress part, that's the stress that is affecting you positively, and always know. Kuna zile worries unakwanga nazo, umepata kazi and you'll be like, oh, how am I going to cope? Hii kazi uko na ile tension like, hey, naenda interview. Hey, itakuwaje interview and all that. That's now positive stress. Na inakujenga wewe mwenyewe. And again, when you are into a negative one, like now, oh, kuna kitu unapitia, like, oh, my girlfriend ameniacha and all that, oh, my boyfriend has left me and all that, and you feel like yeye ndo alikuwa na maisha yako, kwani yeye ni oxygen. So that one you should know how to cope with it. So then now I'll get to the main question that you asked me on the ways to cope about when you are in stress. The first thing I'll say, and I always say that, jipende nani, love yourself. Jipende tu, the first thing. Because if you don't love yourself, you could be taken much by what is ailing you. Are you getting me?
Sure.
Yeah. So, kama hautajipenda, utakuwa unatoka out of your love, out of everything that concerns you. You dwell much into the same stress or into what is giving you hectic moments. Again, the second thing that you need to do, if you find out someone, talk to someone. Talk. Ambia watu, whatever that is happening, have someone that you need to always share with. Once you out of that, then again you should always ensure that ukishaongea na mtu, don't ever in your life talk to someone and expect to use his or her techniques. Learn from that person. Maybe if it was someone who is a psychologist or anybody, atakueleza na utapata unaelewa hayo maneno vizuri, na ukielewa you'll get some dimensions that you couldn't get. Now pick a solution from there. Again, if you can't talk, kuna hizi tunaambiana fanya regular exercises, you'll cope. Kuna hii tunasema what we call meditation, yoga. Do that, your mind will relax kabisa. After it may relax, you'll be able to listen to your inner self. You'll be able to understand your inner self. Now utakuwa like, okay, now this is the thing, this is what I'm going through, and this is maybe the way to cope. Once you're done with that, at least kuna zile, kama unapata ni kazi, work related issues or work related stress, take a leave. Take a leave, enda tu pale, pumzike. You need some time, personal time, but isiwe ile time ya kujia isolate. Yeah, upumzike tu and all that. I think
okay, before you finish,
yeah,
you just said have a rest.
Yeah.
Do you mean someone stressed? If they get this opportunity to be alone,
yeah,
and have that all time to rest, will it not seem like isolation to them, or how do you think will all this situation be, or all this scenario to them? How will they take it?
Now, once you've taken a leave to rest, it doesn't mean you necessarily or you're just going to be in the house and all that. What I mean is get something to do.
Sure.
Get involved into some new activities, get new
Meet
ideas, meet new people, as our guest told us.
Sure.
Meet new people, get to engage in different things, learn new skills.
And actually, maybe if I can say something.
Yes, yes.
There's something that is said, if you get someone is just sleeping all the time, that guy has some stress. Not all.
Yeah.
Not all.
There are some people who have that behavior of just sleeping.
Yeah, they just want to,
especially ladies. They love that. When you're told to rest, it doesn't mean you just go and sleep.
Go and sleep, yeah, that's
resting.
The point.
Maybe you are doing some chores somewhere that they've just really hooked you up that you don't have space, breathing space.
Yeah.
Mostly, I tell most of my friends that when you feel that you're so much suppressed to a point where you cannot breathe, it does not mean necessarily breathing, literally breathing, but you cannot think out of the box. Just breathe in deeply. Yeah. Try to get out of that place, the environment. Actually, the environment itself can make you think a lot of what you're going through.
Yeah.
And mostly exercises like going to a gym and maybe doing abs. I see most people nowadays do that.
Yeah.
They help a lot. You should also eat healthy foods.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean healthy, you go and choma some nyama and again, if you eat a lot, it will be stress to you because you might not even sleep. And some people think that if they are intoxicated to some point, somehow they can actually eliminate that stress. So some point will just make it worse. So if you consume alcohol, they call it coma in in my language.
Oh, yeah.
So if they consume a lot of it,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the repercussions
Mhm.
are worse than.
By the I was getting to that point. Avoid drugs and alcohol. Yeah.
So to people normally relieve stress through drugs, they are not relieving stress. They are just postponing.
Yeah,
or
that's
they
postponing.
They postpone it,
That is-
and at the
yeah.
same time they give it time.
Uh-huh.
The incubation time now is
They just
prolonged.
want to
Mm.
forget about it for a little bit,
Yeah.
and they get back to it later.
Yeah.
But again, you can't just. That's what he has said.
Yeah.
That the incubation time gets.
it becomes long.
Yeah. So ikiendelea kuextend, you'll just realize that at some point now this thing has become something big than what you expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this way.
Mhm.
Maybe you messed.
Mhm.
You were still under your parents' care.
Yeah.
Then mama yako akukombeze. Then you're like, I can't even listen to this. Maybe you get some stress that how is she treating me like a kid.
Mhm.
I can do whatever I want at any time. If you cannot change, actually you'll be destroying the relationship between you and your parents.
Mhm.
At the same time, the people around you will just see you like someone who does not think.
Yeah.
They're not intelligent. So make sure that you avoid some activities that might deviate you from the right path.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been Now Show. We are always on your screens every Saturday from 2:30 p.m. Until next Saturday, guys, we are going to meet again to continue with this topic. But for now, to my guests, thank you very much for taking time. I'll give you each and every to say a parting shot as we are coming to the end of this show. Someone going through stress, or maybe someone who is planning to get into stress next week. Because you know, some people get into stress knowing, but some tunajipata tuko kwa stress.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a parting shot from my side.
Okay, the only thing I can tell my fellow Kenyans or my friends out there is that when you are under stress, the first thing you should ask yourself is life always smooth? And how can you learn if you cannot go through some challenges?
Yeah.
So it's all about learning, and remember this is just a learning process. So if you have stress, look for ways of solving it. Or after daktari.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much. To me, I'll say what stress causes to your body. The first thing is headache, that is persistent headache, blood pressure, diabetes. Think of all those, including what we call obese or obesity. If you get obese, the next minute hatutakusaidia. If you get into diabetes, if you get into high blood pressure, if you get into that persistent headache, hatutakusaidia. So the best thing that you should always think is about yourself. When I'm going through this, will it weigh me down? Will it bring me to those points ambazo mimi nimesema? Will it give me the same headache? I cannot be part of it. So you need to get out of that for your better and for your health.
Thank you very much. Guys, this has been Now Show. As we're coming to it, I just have maybe two things to say. The first thing is stress is not healthy for our lives.
Yeah.
As much as it's concerned. You know, I normally say you only have a life once.
Yeah.
And you are into it once. There are no second chances to live.
Yeah, the next minute huwezi jua.
Yeah, sure. So the first thing I'll tell you is life is very, very expensive. And we shouldn't allow things like stress to get into our lives.
Yeah.
By this I mean, if there's any challenge, because we are humans and we normally have challenges, try a way possible. I always tell people to be positive. Be positive in which you are in a situation whereby you are able to defend a situation which comes to you either negatively or positively.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be in that situation. Don't be too weak to be weakened by the other forces that may come from anywhere. If it's a marriage, if it's work, if it's friends, anywhere that we may get these forces.
Yeah.
So let's try to be positive enough to defend ourselves.
Mhm.
Apart from being positive, it's the matter of knowing how to act when in a situation whereby you are either negative or you are affected by these things.
Yeah.
You are told drugs is not one of the way, and it's not really the way, just pushing it further.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say for now, guys, and I think from next week we'll be meeting on here again to
Mhm.
continue with this. We'll still have these talks because these are things that we go through in the society.
Mhm.
So up to now, guys, thank you very, very much for joining. I saw we have several people who have joined us here. We have Lucy, Njega, we have Nancy, we have Anita, and many, many more have joined. Thank you very much for tuning in with us until right now. Until we meet next weekend.
Mhm.
But for now, if you've not joined, if you've not subscribed to Room TV Africa, make sure you've subscribed and you've clicked the button so that whenever we go live, because after this you have a show, you will not miss anything.
Mhm.
Thank you very much and take care, guys.
Mhm.
Bye for now.
Yeah. Peace.